The Indian Air Force was officially established on 8th October 1932 and its first flight came into being on 1st of April 1933. It possessed a strength of 6 RAF trained officers and 19 Hawaii sepoys or air soldiers. The aircraft inventory comprised of 4 Westland Wapiti 2A Army Cooperation biplanes at Rig Road as the A flight nucleus of the planned number 1 squadron of the Indian Air Force. Indian Air Force is the air arm of the Indian Armed Forces and its complement of personnel and aircraft assists ranks 4th amongst the air forces of the world. Its primary mission is to secure Indian airspace and to conduct aerial warfare during armed conflict. As a part of the special series and updates on the upcoming Independence Day celebrations, we are discussing about some of the most important fighter aircrafts of the Indian Air Force. Yesterday, we have discussed about INS Vikramaditya, a very important part of the Indian Navy. So today, we will discuss some of the most important details about the fighter aircrafts of the Indian Air Force. Hello and welcome to SSB Crack Exams. We are one-stop solution for you if you are preparing for various defense examinations like NDA, CDS, AFCAT, INET, Territorial Army and Indian Air Forces Airmen Group X and Group Y. You can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Telegram. I highly recommend you to download our Android app from Google Play Store, wherein which you can have each and every defense related information, all sort of important lecture content, sample practice questions, study material, exercises in your hand. Beginning with the question of the day that I have posted on 13th of August 2020, that is yesterday, and the question that I asked was, which bank has opened its ATM on INS Vikramaditya, making it the first bank to have an ATM on an Indian warship? I repeat, which bank has opened its automated teller machine or ATM on INS Vikramaditya, making it the first bank to have an ATM on an Indian warship, or INS Vikramaditya was the first warship to have an ATM on board it. So which particular bank opened it? And everybody have given a correct answer. It is the SBI. Okay, so the State Bank of India ATM was opened on Vikramaditya in the 2017, very recently. So warship carries around 1500 naval personnel on board at a time, which often increased to the 2000 when the ship sets sail, which is why the ATM comes as a lifesaver to the personnel. Okay, so it was very much important and it was a requirement for the naval officers and the personnel who are on board INS Vikramaditya to have an ATM, and it will very much be helpful wherever they go. For them to possess the currency in their hands was a bit challenging task, but now this has become a very easier task. Okay. This ship moves from different small ports and many a times it becomes a Herculean task to locate an ATM, making this development both historic and significant to all those on board INS Vikramaditya. That is it with the important question of the day about yesterday. Beginning with the first and foremost important defense update for today is that the Chief of Air Staff has visited an airbase in Western Air Command. So Air Chief Marshal Rakesh Kumar Singh Baduria, PVSM, AVSM, VMADC, who is the Chief of Air Staff, he visited a frontline airbase in Western Air Command yesterday. Okay, during the day-long visit, he reviewed the operational preparedness of the base, interacted with air warriors serving on the front lines, and he also appreciated their efforts in preserving Indian Air Force's combat potential during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. And earlier in that day, yesterday, he also flew the MiG-21 Bison aircraft also. Okay. Going on with the next important defense update is that Vice Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi, AVSM NM, assumes the charge as Director General of Naval Operations DGNO. He is an alumnus of NDA Khadakwasla and he was commissioned into the Indian Navy on 1st of July 1985. He is a flag officer and is a specialist in communication and electronic warfare and has served on the frontline warships of Indian Navy as signal communication officer, electronic warfare officer, and also he served later as executive officer and principal warfare officer of the guided missile destroyer INS Mumbai. Also to get in detail regarding him is that he is a graduate of Defence Services Staff College Wellington. He also attended Naval Higher Command Course and Naval Command College at the US Naval War College, Newport, Rhode Island in 2007-8, where he won the prestigious Robert E. Bateman International Prize. Okay, mention in the comment section what is the specialty and the details regarding the Robert E. Bateman International Prize. Okay. Now, Vice Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi also commanded INS Vinash, INS Kirch, INS Trishul, and he was also held various important operational and staff appointments. I request you to go through our PDF study material that is already provided for free in our Android app, wherein which every details are given regarding him and all the important defense updates in a very detailed and in a very consolidated way. Going on with the next important defense update is that the Indian Coast Guard offshore patrol vehicle Sartak has been launched yesterday. The launching ceremony was held at Goa Shipyard Limited, Yard 1236, and it was conducted through video conferencing. Okay, so this is the Indian Coast Guard ship. Okay, the Indian Coast Guard carries its motto as Vayam Rakshamaha, that means we protect. So this is an additional point for us to remember. Okay, now all of these, the commissioning and the launching ceremony was done adhering to all the protocols of the government of India regarding the COVID-19 pandemic. Offshore patrol vehicle Sartak is the fourth in the series of 5 OPVs. It has been designed and built indigenously by Goa Shipyard Limited in line with the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's vision of Make in India. Okay. Also, to get in detail regarding this one is the length of this ship is 105 meters and it displaces approximately 2,350 tons and is propelled by two 9,100 kilowatt diesel engines, which is designed to attain the maximum speed of 26 knots. Okay, so the maximum speed is 26 knots. This particular ship has its length, the maximum length is 105 meters, and the displacement it can do is about 2,350 tons. Okay, it has two diesel engines where each diesel engine is about 9,100 kilowatt of power. Okay, so it also has an endurance of 6,000 nautical miles. These are all the important details regarding this ship. This ship will be deployed exclusively for the exclusive economic zone surveillance, coastal security and other duties as enshrined in the Coast Guard Charter of Duties to safeguard the maritime interests of the nation. Going on with the next important update is that Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh launches 15 products developed by Defence Public Sector Undertakings and Ordnance Factory Board. This is regarding the Atmanirbhar Bharat Week, Atmanirbhar Bharat Saptah. This is very, very important for us to know that he also launched 4 products each by OFB. That means Ordnance Factory Board has launched 4 important products and including BEML also. Okay, Bharat Earth Movers Limited, and 2 products by BEL, 1 each by HAL. HAL has 1 product, BDL has 1 product, MDL has 1 product. Okay, and GRSC, the Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited, has 1 product, and also the GSL has 1 product. All of these and including various other most important products that have been designed by the Ordnance Factory Board and various other defense public sector undertakings, all of these have been inaugurated today as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan Week celebrations, and all of these are very, very important. Also regarding this one, that some of the most important items include the prototype of Nag missile carrier Namika, which is developed by Ordnance Factory Medak in association with DRDL Hyderabad, 150-ton payload capacity electric drum truck, supergiant mining excavator of 180-ton capacity, rollout of 150th Dornier 228 aircraft by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, linear variable differential transducer fully designed and developed by Bharat Electronics Limited, the Concourse launchers test equipment designed and developed by the Bharat Dynamics Limited, carbon fiber polymer composite material portable pedestrian assault bridge made by Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited, the gearbox for Indian Coast Guard offshore patrol vehicles, underwater remote operated vehicle by MDL, and various other most important components are some of the most important items that are launched today as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, Atmanirbhar Bharat Saptah. Going on, regarding much more details that about the Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh has launched Naval Innovation and Indigenization Organization. This is a very, very important and a new important organization that is coming under the central government. Okay, so this is Naval Innovation and Indigenization Organization, NIIO. This puts in place detailed structures for end users to interact with academia and industry towards fostering innovation, indigenization for self-reliance in defense, keeping in vision of the Atmanirbhar Bharat celebrations. Understanding? Also to get in detail that this is a 3-tiered organization, the Naval Technology Acceleration Council, NTAC. Please remember the full form, it is Naval Technology Acceleration Council, will bring together the twin aspects of innovation and indigenization and provide apex level directives. A working group under NTAC will implement the projects, and also very important, a Technology Development Acceleration Cell TDAC has also been created for the induction of emerging disruptive technology in the accelerated time frame. Going through this important event, that during the launch event, the Navy signed MOUs, memorandums of understanding, with various other important technical makers. They include Uttar Pradesh Expressway Industrial Development Authority UPEIDA, Raksha Shakti University of Gujarat, Maker Village of Kochi, and Society of Indian Defence Manufacturers (SIDF), a compendium of Indian Navy's indigenization perspective plans titled Swavalamban was also released on this occasion. Okay, going on with the next important details are about Know Your Air Force. This is regarding the Independence Day celebrations, special updates for you to remember. I know that we have already covered a very strategic, important lecture and video regarding the fighter aircrafts of Indian Air Force. So in this part, I will discuss in a very brief and in a shorter way about each and every aircraft in a very small and a very detailed way. Okay, so this is the Sukhoi Su-30 MKI, the Dassault Rafale, the Mikoyan Gurevich MiG-29 MKI, the Dassault Mirage 2000, HCL Tejas, Sepikar Jaguar and MiG-21 Bison. All of these important aircrafts are under our own most important consideration that we have to remember and understand. So beginning with the first and foremost aircraft is about the Sukhoi Su-30 MKI. Regarding the Sukhoi Su-30, it has a very important design. This is the most heaviest of all the important fighter aircraft that we have from our side. This is a very important aircraft. Sukhoi Su-30 has its NATO reporting name as Flanker Series, a twin-engine, two-seat, super maneuverable fighter aircraft developed in the Soviet Union by Russia's Sukhoi Aviation Corporation. It is a multi-role fighter aircraft for all-weather, air-to-air, air-to-surface, deep interdiction missions. Su-30 started out as an international development project in Sukhoi Su-27 family by Sukhoi. Sukhoi has two distinct version branches. It has abilities similar to Sukhoi Su-35, with which it shares many features and components. Going on with the next important aircraft is about the Dassault Rafale. This is the most youngest acquired aircraft by our own country, India. I recommend you to go through the number 17 squadrons of Indian Air Force, the special session, and the fighter aircrafts of India session, wherein which I discussed in a very detailed way about the aerodynamic and the special characteristics and the armament that the Dassault Rafale possesses. Dassault Rafale literally means gust of wind and burst of fire in a more military sense. Is a French twin-engine, canard delta-wing, multi-role fighter aircraft designed and built by Dassault Aviation. Equipped with a wide range of weapons, Rafale is intended to perform air supremacy, interdiction, aerial reconnaissance, ground support, in-depth strike, anti-ship strike and nuclear deterrence missions. This is an omni-role aircraft, and in March 2019, Indian government officials asked for these aircrafts to replace aging MiG-21s. So in 2018, it was reported that Rafale is competing against several other aircraft in a new procurement tender of 114 multi-role combat aircraft, which is referred to as MMRCA-2 in Indian media. And finally, after very important negotiations, we have also seen that 5 most important Rafales have reached our country very recently. Going through with the next important aircraft is about the Mikoyan Gurevich MiG-29 MKI aircraft. This is extensively in service with the Indian Navy. INS Vikramaditya carries MiG-29 aircrafts, MiG-29 fighter aircrafts as a very important one. So 21 of these MiG-29s are in service with INS Vikramaditya as of now. So Mikoyan MiG-29 has its NATO reporting name as Fulcrum, and it is a twin-engine jet fighter aircraft designed in the Soviet Union. Developed by the Mikoyan Design Bureau, is an air superiority fighter during the 1970s, and along with larger Sukhoi Su-27s was developed to counter new US fighters like McDonnell Douglas F-15 Eagle and General Dynamics F-16 Fighting Falcon. Indian Air Force placed an order for more than 66 MiG-29s in 1980 while the aircraft was still in its initial development phase. MiG-29 entered service with Soviet Air Forces, and India was the first international customer of MiG-29. Indian MiG-29s were used extensively during 1999 Kargil War in Kashmir by the Indian Air Force to provide fighter escort for Mirage 2000 attacking aircrafts with laser guided bombs. Going on with the next important aircraft is about the Dassault Mirage 2000. Dassault Mirage 2000 is a very strategic aircraft that we have from our side. Mirage 2000 is a French multi-role single-engine 4th generation jet fighter manufactured by Dassault Aviation. It was designed in the late 1980s as a lightweight fighter to replace the Mirage 3 for French Air Force. Over 600 aircraft were built, and it has been in service with 9 nations. With the delivery of its first 7 aircraft on 29th of June 1985 to number 7 Squadron, the Battle Axis, Indian Air Force became the first foreign user of the type, which they renamed as the Vajra. During 2001-2 India-Pakistan standoff, Mirage 2000 were used to destroy Pakistani bunkers, and it was very important that this engagement was the first time since the 1971 war that Indian fighter jets had entered Pakistani airspace, and all aircraft were armed with 1 Israeli Spice 2000-ton bombs. Going on with the next important aircraft is about the HAL LCA Tejas. HAL LCA Tejas is about the lightest aircraft that we have, and we are going to indigenously develop more than 100 of these aircrafts from our side. The Hindustan Aeronautics Limited is responsible in making all of these aircrafts indigenously. This carries a very important features, and it is a very strategic aircraft that we have. Now, we have to understand about various other features about the HAL Tejas aircraft. HAL Tejas is an Indian single-engine, fourth-generation multi-role fighter aircraft designed by the Aeronautical Development Agency (ADA) and Hindustan Aeronautics Limited (HAL) for Indian Air Force and Indian Navy. It came from the Light Combat Aircraft Program, which began in 1980s to replace India's aging MiG-21 fighters. And it is very important that in 2003, LCA was officially named as Tejas. As of 2019, Indian Air Force has planned for a total of 324 Tejas in several variants. First batch of 40 Mark 1 aircraft consists of 16 initial operational clearance standard that were delivered in early 2019. Indian Air Force will go on to receive 8 twin seat trainers. Next 83 are to be upgraded Mark 1A standard. By the time all of these 123 are delivered, Tejas Mark 2 is expected to be ready for the series production by 2025 to 26. The next important aircraft is about the Seppikat Jaguar. Seppikat Jaguar is an Anglo-French jet attack aircraft originally used by the British Royal Air Force and French Air Force in close air support and nuclear strike role. It is still in service and in upgraded form with the Indian Air Force. Going on with the next important aircraft is about the Mikoyan Gurevich MiG-21 Bison. MiG-21 has its NATO reporting name as Fishbed, is a supersonic jet fighter and interceptor aircraft designed by Mikoyan Gurevich Design Bureau in Soviet Union. Its nicknames include Balalaika because of its platform resembles the stringed musical instrument of the same name. It made aviation records and it became the first produced supersonic jet aircraft in aviation history, most produced combat aircraft since the Korean War, and previously the longest production run of a combat aircraft. That is it regarding the most important aircrafts, fighter aircrafts of the Indian Air Force. Tomorrow we will discuss many more strategic details regarding the Independence Day, so stay tuned with us for many more important knowledgeable content. Now we will have a very quick review by going through some of the most important questions, and the first and foremost question is Indian Coast Guard Offshore Patrol Vehicle OPV Sardak has been launched at which particular Indian shipyard? It is launched at the Goa Shipyard Limited. Going on with the next important question is Vice Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi, AVSM NM, assumes the charge as what? Did he assume the charge as Director General of Naval Armament or Director General of Naval Operations or Commandant of Indian Naval Academy or Vice Chief of Naval Staff? So the correct answer for this is he assumed the charge of Director General of Naval Operations, DGNO. The next important question is heaviest fighter aircraft of India. If you have listened to each and everything that I was discussing here, you would have answered this very quicker and faster way. The correct answer for this is Sukhoi Su-30 MKI. Okay, Sukhoi Su-30 is the heaviest fighter aircraft of India as of now. The next important question is what is the lightest fighter aircraft? The name itself says it is LCA Tejas. The Light Combat Aircraft Tejas is the lightest fighter aircraft that India has. Okay. Now we will have the question of the day, and the question of the day for today is Na Bibheti Kadachana is the motto of which Indian naval warship? I repeat the question. Na Bibheti Kadachana is the motto of which Indian naval warship? The answer for this, the explanation for it, and what is the meaning behind this particular motto, and what is the speciality of this naval warship, I will be discussing with you in the next session. Until then, stay tuned to SSB Crack Exams, subscribe to this channel, download our Android app from Google Play Store, and last but not the least, always stay safe, stay healthy, eat healthy food. Jai Hind.